So now I'm giving you guys a little smidge, like a section of one of my classes. Now, this one I actually made available to my YouTube channel member supporters as well as my Udemy class base. You can also access it through Patreon. But this class that I have for you here is on Planetary Hours. The overall class is Planetary and Elemental Magic. So if you want to get really complex with your rituals with planetary energy and really bringing that in, you can look into the Planetary Days and Planetary Hours for when you do your rituals. Every day of the week was originally kind of like named after a planet, one of the 7 classical planets, and some of them are obvious, but we'll just go down the list here. You have Monday for the Moon, Tuesday for Mars, Wednesday for Mercury, Thursday for Jupiter, Friday for Venus, Saturday for Saturn, and Sunday's a dead giveaway. Then, if you look at this graphic here, what we find is that there are different planets associated with every hour, right? And we're talking hours of daylight and then hours of darkness. So it depends on where you live. So depending on when the sun rises wherever you are, you got that amount of daylight, which is then split up into planetary hours, and then there's a sliver of time for each planet. So if you're working with Mercury, then you can calculate when's the best time to do your ritual, be it day or night. And when you go along with these kinds of correspondences, you're not only activating the subconscious and the conscious with the energy of knowing, hey, this is a really propitious time for me to work with this particular planet, but it also lends to your planning purposes of knowing exactly when to execute it. And there's something special about adding all these different layers of timing, because the more complex something gets, the more symbolism is involved, the more that your subconscious can open up, and the more energies that can flow through your ritual. Now, here's one easy way I found where you can calculate the planetary hours to help with your planning purposes. This app is called Hours, and it's got a calculator in there where you can set your local time zone, and then it'll calculate the planetary hours for you, so you don't have to do all that crazy math. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this all sounds awesome, but the planetary hour of this particular planet that I want to work with is when I'm at work. Or, wow, I can't stay up that late. Or, there's no way in heck I can get up that early. Now, this is one of those layers that you can use, but you don't necessarily have to. Like I said, it can get very, very interesting to be as complex as possible with your rituals, with being able to do it on a particular day of the week, on a particular planetary hour, because you're working with this particular sphere from up there. Now, you can do that to add another layer, but you don't necessarily have to. Sometimes we can do magic and have to do magic when we have the time. So if you're not, cats bumping the screen. So if you're not able to do it, don't feel so bad, but it is something that you can consider taking into account when you are planning the rituals that you want to perform. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology.
and good hunting.